Have with us Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi of the BJP, Harcharan Bains, who's an advisor to the Chief Minister of Punjab, Singh, formerly of the RAW, General Hasnain, Defence Analyst, Maroof, Raza, our Consulting Editor, Strategic Affairs, and Vikram Singh, former top cop and former DGP, Uttar Pradesh. Now, viewers, if we knew that on the last day of December, why couldn't we stop the attack 26 hours later on Saturday? There was an obvious lapse, be it the waylay theory taken at face value, or the failure to act on time and act in an effective way. Before we go into the debate, our team at Times Now has pieced together the Pathankot plot and how a specific alert was missed by the most of the security agencies.
On 31st December 2015, the terrorists left from Bahawalpur base for a deadly attack at Pathankot airport. After crossing a tributary of Ravi River, they entered into Gurdaspur. On reaching Narota Jamal Singh, they stopped an Innova, killed the driver and dumped his body few kilometers away from the border.
At around 12:45 a.m. that night, the terrorists came across a blue beacon vehicle near a fuel station in Kunya village. This vehicle was carrying SP Salvinder Singh along with his cook and friend Rajesh Verma. According to the complaint that has been made by the Superintendent of Police, they stopped the vehicle upon being flagged down by men who were in army fatigues. Soon after, these men barged in, assaulted all the three men brutally, threw out Salvinder Singh along with his cook and drove off in the vehicle with Rajesh Verma still inside. After driving several kilometers, Verma too was thrown out of the vehicle and severely assaulted. In fact, there were deep lacerations which were made on his throat.
4-5 आदमी जो है AK-47 पूरा वर्दी की मिलिट्री पे वर्दी में पहने हुए थे और हमें एकदम रोक लिया. फटाफट बोलने पीछे हटो बहुत से हमारे लाइट को उसने जोर से हाथ लगाया, हमें पीछे धकेल दिया, मेरे को और ड्राइवर को जो राजेश वर्मा को, जो मेरा वो साथ में तो वो लांगरी था, वो तो पीछे था. बड़ा हमारी नीचे बैठा दिया उन्होंने. बैठाने के बाद ऊपर से लात रख के और बोले अगर ये आपने कोई बात की तो आपको गोली मार देंगे.
उन्होंने बोला था कि अफसर गुरु को फांसी दी थी, बस उसी से बदला लेने हम आए. टारगेट की बात कर रहे थे और आपस में बातें कर रहे थे, तो कमांडर से बात कर रहे थे और मेरे को तो क्या बताएं, गन पॉइंट पे था ना और एयर फोर्स की बात कर रहे थे.
After receiving a complaint from Gurdaspur SP at 2:45 a.m. on 1st, the police did not act. According to sources, the police did not believe the statement of SP. And after one long day, the NSG was called from Delhi. And 3 a.m. firing started inside the airport and the operation is still on.
आपने टाइम पे इंफॉर्मेशन दे दी थी अपने सीनियर ऑफिसर्स को?
हाँ, हमने इधर करा दिया था, आपने नोट करा दिया था इधर SSP साहब को.
3 days, 7 heroes martyred. 5 terrorists gunned down after a 26-hour lapse by the Punjab police. Could the attack have been thwarted had the Punjab police acted on time? Bureau Report, Times Now. You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
This is ridiculous, Harcharan Bains. You have a situation where you know that the Pakistani terrorists have entered. And then you know that they are going to attack the Air Force base. And still you do nothing. You have eyewitness statements, Harcharan Bains, where the eyewitnesses are saying that they were talking of revenge and they were talking of the Air Force. You know there's an Air Force base in Pathankot. Still you do nothing. You say we don't want to believe the guy. Who will you believe? The terrorists? What was the Punjab police thinking?
Allow me to give you the rundown of how things happened here. And as we got the information of whether we acted or we didn't act, let me tell you, as things have happened here, I largely agree with the version of the SSP, of the SP, and your correspondent also, except that the conclusions are wrong, as I'll tell you now. You see, this incident happened around 11:30, 11:45, the
Right.
SP being kidnapped.
No, one second.
And
Just
then
wait
the
at that
first
point. Wait at that point.
information we get-
Wait at that point. Just
The
one
first
minute. No,
information
wait at
we
that point.
get-
I'll
the
keep
first
having this
information we
conversation
get-
with you for 4-5 minutes. 1 minute. My question to you is, an SP who has been suspended in his private vehicle with 2 friends of his, 1 friend and 1 cook, puts a blue beacon on his car and lands up exactly at the spot where the terrorists have killed the driver of the Innova. It almost appears to be a strange coincidence. How is it that that SP with his car comes down there exactly to the spot where the terrorists have killed the driver of the first vehicle, which is also punctured and cannot move? The picture is on the screen. It almost seems as if the SP came like a godsend. RSN Singh, how did the SP land exactly at the spot where the terrorists would have wanted him to? Is it just a coincidence? I'm asking the question. You think it's a coincidence, Mr. Bains?
See, I do not have the providential powers to tell you.
No, neither do I, but what do you
exactly
think?
Why? See, the obvious answer is that the terrorists happen to be there. They got the first. Allow me to speak.
No, the terrorists happened to be there, but how did the SP happen to be there? RSN is asking a counter. RSN is countering. RSN counter. RSN, then Vikram Singh. RSN, Colonel RSN is saying something to you. One second. Colonel RSN.
Arnab, if you're not going to let me, speak, then what's the point?
No, I'm listening, but do you have to ask counter questions? Will have to be asked. I'm sorry.
Let me speak, then what's the point?
Mr. Bains, I will ask you counter questions, please. A very serious matter. Mr. Bains, the only reason I'm asking you about this detail is because there happen to be unacceptable coincidences in the script.
No, this is not done.
Mr. Bains, you tell me.
This concerns the national security.
You want me to take your official version at face value and say thank you very much, Mr. Bains? This is Doordarshan.
Crime against the nation by misleading them.
No, you just want me to take your face, what you're saying at face value. No, 1 second, one minute. You 1 second. Mr. Bains, there are other channels which for last 48 hours have been spinning all kinds of stories. Anybody says anything, and I find it difficult to take it at face value. Mr. Bains, RSN.
Mr. Bains,
Arnab.
let me tell you the enormity of this entire, this SP's episode. Now, if you take the entire security apparatus, which includes the intelligence agencies, which includes the NSG, which includes the army, which includes the BSF, which includes the Garud, and which also importantly includes the media, that is the 4th state. All these agencies have performed splendidly. Never in the history of India such a specific intelligence has been acted upon in such a preemptive measure by all these agencies I have named. But there was in this entire, because of these preemptive actions, the attack, this terrorist attack emanating from Pakistan and facilitated by people inside this country was almost deterred and defeated. But for this superintendent of police who made a gaping hole in this entire security apparatus, 20 hours his blue beacon vehicle was gallivanting around and it was crossing post after post. You mean to say it is coincidence? He inveigled his way. He talked his way out. Sir, I have some experience of terrorism. Now let me tell you, the terrorists don't leave people like this. They don't carry dead wood like this. They have got no patience for anybody to talk his way out. And then you imagine the first people to react to any red alert of this kind, and it was a massive alert, should be the police. And what was this person?
Okay, 1 sec. RSN. No, RSN. Next question. Just Mr. Bains, hear me. Was the SP's car used by the terrorists to enter the Pathankot airbase? Or did they get close to did they cross many security barricades using the SP's car?
See, you got to allow me to at least speak my version.
Answer the question. It's not version. You have to give me an answer.
See,
it's not version. No, it's not a speech. You have to give an answer.
We get the first information.
And how is he coming on television? How he should have been? He should have been at the moment being interrogated. How is he coming on television? Who is permitting him?
For God's sake, let me speak. I haven't even spoken half a sentence, and you stop me. If you don't have the patience to listen to me, then why have you called me here?
That's all right. These are relevant questions, sir. There's been a big slip up. We'll ask the question. That's okay. We'll ask the question. Don't get angry. People are also angry on what's going on there.
Okay, okay. Let us not get angry. It's a serious matter. We get the first. Arnab, kindly listen to me. We get the first information from the SP's call at 3:30 a.m.
Yeah.
At 4, the same SSP Gurdaspur sends the SHO. And goes to the same place where the SP said that he is and contacts him, and thereafter Chandigarh is informed, that means the state headquarters. They are informed at 5:30 the DGP and the ADGP and the senior officers hold a meeting.
5:30?
7.
No, 5:30 they hold a meeting. 5:30 when? In the morning or evening? No, 5:30 in the morning or evening. 1 second, sir, allow me.
I'm talking about the morning.
5:30 in the morning, yeah.
I'm talking about the morning. At 7:30, the Additional Director General of Police Law and Order, Mr. Hardeep Singh Tillo, is already on his way to Pathankot, and all the forces of Punjab Police, including the Swift Action Task Force, the Punjab Armed Police, and the other forces from district headquarters.
Who did you inform outside Punjab? Who did you inform outside Punjab?
I'm coming to that. Immediately we informed Delhi.
What time?
And
what time?
Army authorities.
What time did you inform Delhi?
We informed around 8 o'clock.
Around 8 o'clock in the morning. No, 1 second. Please, 1 second. Now just wait. You know at about 1 o'clock in the morning, between 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the morning.
No, we don't know.
How do you not know? This man has come to you and he said the eyewitnesses are saying they are talking of the Air Force. When did this guy land up? When did this guy land up, this SP? When did the SP come to you?
I said we got the first. Yeah, you didn't hear me. I said we got the first phone call from the SP between 3:30 and 4 a.m.
Okay, so what were you doing between 3:30 and 8 a.m.? 1 second. I'm sorry. 1 second. Please stop. No, please stop. No, I need to counter you. At 3 o'clock, you'll get to know there's going to be a terrorist attack and possibly the Air Force base will be attacked. For 5 hours, what were you doing?
3:30 and 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. Chalo, 4 o'clock. We wasted 4 hours for what?
The SSP went to the place where the SP was.
Arey bhai, why are you telling me about your bureaucracy? There's been a terrorist attack. Who cares about your bureaucracy?
There was no terrorist attack at that time.
But there would have been. No, what were you waiting for? You were waiting for the attack to happen.
There was only a news of an SP saying
it's not news. Why would you not believe him? I'm sorry, this is bizarre. 1 second. This is utterly bizarre. I've never heard something more bizarre. An SP comes and tells you, sorry, 1 second. No, 1 minute. No, 1 minute. Please stop there, Mr. Bains. Please stop there, Mr. Bains. Mr. Bains, 1 second. Mr. Bains. Mr. Bains, 1 minute. Mr. Bains. Mr. Bains. मैं आज किसी को नहीं छोड़ूंगा इस डिबेट पर. Please hear me on this.
I'll not let you go also.
Mr. Bains, hear me.
I will not let you go. This is a serious matter. You can't have it this way.
Mr. Bains, you have to answer my questions and I will ask the questions. For over 24 hours, terrorists dressed in army fatigues roam around Punjab, travel approximately 31 kilometers, take a terrorist attack that lasts 63 hours, all despite an intelligence warning being issued to them prior to the attack. I am asking you tonight, how could the entire state apparatus not track the terrorists for 24 hours after the SP's abduction and subsequent warning? I don't understand this. A superintendent of police is telling you, what are you talking about? A superintendent of police is telling you that the Air Forces might be attacked. I have heard terrorists who have attacked me saying so, and you do nothing.
Why did you think the meeting of the DGP take place at 5:30?
Why did you waste time for that? What time did the meeting happen?
Because we believed him. Because we believed our SSP. We believed.
Was your SP's? Answer my question directly. Was your SP's vehicle? Was your SP's
at DGP's office?
Mr. Bains, please hear me now. Please listen to my question. Now listen to this very clearly. Is it true? Now, Mr. Bains, hear me. Mr. Bains, hear me. You are in the dock tonight.
Speak on.
Mr. Bains, please hear me. Is it true that the terrorists...
You are in the dock.
Mr. Bains, hear me now.
Tonight you are in the dock. You are
Mr. Bains, Mr. Bains, is it true that terrorists could breezily pass... Terrorists have... Is it true that terrorists have breezily passed security only because the SP's vehicle has a blue beacon? How was a stolen Mahindra XUV armed with guns laden with explosives allowed to travel for 31 kilometers from Kolian village to Akalgar village without any security personnel stopping the car for a routine checkup, even when it crossed checkposts and the toll plaza? Was a blue beacon enough to escape the unusual fact that you have 5 terrorists dressed in army fatigues seated in a designated SP's vehicle? What exactly was the law and order machinery doing for the hours between the time that the SP reported the incident till the terror attack at the Pathankot airbase the next day? The first instinct should be to secure the country's most strategically important forward airbases. You have no answer for that. You want to be counter-aggressive with me tonight. It's not going to work. It's not going to work.
We didn't. Now let me.
It's not going to work, sir. I'm telling you, it's not going to work.
No, you are not going to get away with it. You are asking the question and running away. You are not letting me answer.
It's ridiculous. Vikram Singh and General Atta Hasnain, I'd like to get them.
SP went. It takes about half an hour.
No, Vikram Singh and Atta Hasnain, please. You know, this is so ridiculous. Vikram Singh.
And we acted on
Vikram Singh.
May I ask
we held a high level.
It is highly unusual.
I'm going to ask you one question. Give me one example.
No, Vikram Singh is saying something. He's a
Mr. Bains. Please, may I, Mr. Bains.
Vikram Singh is saying something to you, sir. He's a former DGP. He knows about the police.
May I ask a question, please? It is highly...
This is not a routine national thing.
Mr. Bains, may I? Please allow me. Mr. Bains.
No, you got to...
Mr. Bains.
Let me first
Mr. Bains, please.
Let me first
Mr. Bains, let Vikram Singh give his opinion. Vikram Singh. Mr. Bains, Vikram Singh.
Mr. Bains, please bear me out for a minute, please. I just have a very small question. It's not a question, it is just an observation.
Allow me to speak one sentence.
No, Vikram Singh is saying something to you.
Allow me to speak one sentence.
Vikram Singh.
Please bear me out just for a minute. Just for a minute, please.
Allow me to speak one sentence.
Okay, Mr. Bains, please carry on.
I'm asking you, give me one example in the entire country where the NSG has reached the spot of operation before the terrorist strike. And how did that happen?
Okay.
Because
Mr. Bains. Mr. Bains. No, one. Mr. Bains, wait. Mr. Bains, one simple answer to your question, and don't interrupt. And after this, Vikram Singh will speak. Give me one example in the country, Mr. Vikram Singh. Mr. Bains, I am asking you, where you have information that terrorists are going to carry out an attack, where you now don't interrupt me. I said don't interrupt me. Hear me now. Mr. Bains, this is not fair. Now you hear me. You ask a question, you hear me. You ask a question, you hear me, Mr. Bains. That's civility. That's civility. Answer the question. Now, Mr. Bains, hear me. There are 4 other panelists. उन्होंने कुछ बोला ही नहीं है. आप अपने आप को अपने political masters को defend कर रहे हैं. Everybody knows that in Punjab. Everybody knows in Punjab what happens with the drug trade. Drug trade के बारे में सबको पता है. ये drug trade accidentally शुरू नहीं हुई. अब पनाह जो मिल रही drug trade को पंजाब में, वो सब लोग जानते हैं कौन से रूट्स यूज होते हैं, कौन पनाह देता है, कौन अलाउ करता है. Everybody knows how the drug trade, narcotics trade is proliferating in Punjab. I am not misleading anyone. Now listen to me, Vikram Singh, please, Vikram Singh, please.
Now, Mr. Bains, I heard you. Now, please listen to me.
Go ahead, sir.
For the operation.
Mr. Bains, it is highly unusual that when you have a national alert, a red alert, an SP moving out without basic precautions, and then as according to him, he's accosted, and then there is substantial and most unusual delay in reporting to his superiors. In any case, what Mr. Salvinder Singh says and what Mr. Rajesh Verma have to say and Madan Gopal, they need to be questioned very, very thoroughly about the veracity of what they have to say. Then the response is so horrible, it is so delayed, that in fact that could have made the difference between victory and defeat. The whole purpose of Mr. Salvinder Singh say that his vehicle, his purpose of his visit there, the use of his particular personal vehicle with a blue beacon light, and then the getaway. As Mr. R.S.N. Singh had said, it is absolutely unusual for terrorists to spare all the 3 people whom they had captured. And then the negligence on the part of Mr. Salvinder Singh not to come out. Please let me be through, Mr.
Why they left him? Am I to answer for
Mr. Bains, please just hold for
I want that Intel alert copy. I want the intel alert copy.
What's terrorist mind now?
Now, 1 second. Mr. Bains, this is not a political debate. It's a national security debate. Please take it very seriously.
Absolutely.
I have with me a letter.
That's
I want to say something to the viewers now, Mr. Bains, if you will not disturb me. I have with me a letter. I'm getting a printout right now. I'm going to hold it up, Sudhanshu Trivedi. Atta Hussain. The letter I have is a letter dated 31st December from the Additional Director General of Police. And viewers, you will be shocked when I tell you what's in the letter. In the letter, it is described exactly what is going to happen. It's like a Nostradamus in the intelligence has told you कि ऐसी attack इस जगह इस समय होने वाली है. हमें पता है और हमने होने दी. और आज अगर हम सवाल पूछे कि होने क्यों दी तो लोग गुस्सा होते हैं. The letter from the additional DG of police stating that the intelligence wing of the Punjab police had specifically issued an alert of quote-unquote a spectacular attack in India that may be carried out by nearly 15 well-trained terrorists who may have already entered India. I don't know what it is, but the state police's abject failure to go blind to the warning signals. The letter specifically speaks about an attack on army headquarters. And we also know the SP was saying that the terrorists were talking of the Air Force. What was that car doing between 4 a.m. and the time that it reached the airbase? What did the Punjab police do? Why wasn't the Punjab police's first reaction to the inputs after the SP abduction to secure the perimeter of the Pathankot base in the interest of national security? You did none of that. None of this was done.
But that's precisely what was done.
No, that was not done. How is it possible that the entire law and order machinery fails to trace a group of infiltrating terrorists despite getting an intelligence warning from the center regarding a possible terror attack approximately 24 hours earlier?
You read that letter out.
Here's the letter. You want me to show it? I don't say things without... I have the letter with me.
Punjab acted on it.
I have the letter with me. I have the letter. You want me to show it?
We mobilized the force.
ये लेटर है, देख लीजिए. देख लीजिए, चिट्ठी है. ये चिट्ठी सच है कि नहीं है?
You are not even
ये आपके पुलिस ऑफिसर की चिट्ठी है कि नहीं है, मिस्टर बेंस?
I have not only seen that.
है कि नहीं है?
That letter the very moment.
Yeah.
We replied that letter the very moment.
No, you appear to be hiding something. You appear to be hiding something.
To Pathankot after this letter.
Now, Sudhanshu Trivedi and General Atta Hasnain. 1 minute, please. Viewers are asking. Do you think viewers are not asking questions now? My question to Sudhanshu Trivedi. Sudhanshu Trivedi.
All mobilized towards Pathankot.
ठीक है, सुन लिया आपकी बात मैंने. Sudhanshu Trivedi and Atta Hasnain. Actionable intelligence है, advanced intelligence है, information है, पता है, आई विटनेस अकाउंट्स हैं. हम ये भी जानते हैं सुधांशु त्रिवेदी की अटैक कहां पे होगी. प्लीज, वी नो वेयर द अटैक विल लाइकली टू हैव हैपेंड, व्हिच इज द पठानकोट एयरबेस. अरे लिसन टू मी नाउ. माय पॉइंट इज यू नो व्हाट पीपल आर सेइंग टुनाइट. सुधांशु त्रिवेदी कोई ऑटो में भी दिल्ली से शुरू करे तो पठानकोट जल्दी पहुंच जाएंगे, मगर हमारे जो एनएसजी के लोग हैं, एनएसजी के लोग पहुंचते हैं. सुन लीजिए, आपसे कुछ कह नहीं रहा. व्हाई यू रिस्पोंडिंग? Sudhanshu Trivedi, why did the NSG reach so late? You have the information at 4 o'clock in the morning. For 24 hours, 50 NSG people can't land in Pathankot? Is this a joke? ये गवर्नमेंट की क्विक रिएक्शन टीम है? No, is this the quick reaction team?
Arnab, as far as the specific technical aspect is concerned, there are so many police experts, intelligence experts.
No, you tell me, when you are going from Delhi to Pathankot, there is a likely terror attack. Terror attack होने वाली है, आपको पता है होने वाली है. आप अपने टाइम पे, अपनी मर्जी से अपने टाइम पे पहुंचते हैं. 2 बजे सुबह पहुंचते हैं, 1 घंटे बाद टेररिस्ट अटैक शुरू हो जाती है. यू नो व्हाट आई एम टेलिंग यू. 6 घंटे पहले एनएसजी पहुंच जाती तो शायद ये टेरर अटैक नहीं होती, रुक जाती. मुझे ये बताइए, दर्शकों को बताइए, why did the NSG reach so late?
On the other hand, at the time of attack, NSG was there or not? NSG has been moved well in advance.
You should no. So no. How long did it take for the NSG? What is well in advance?
Let me complete the
What is well in advance? Did the terrorists tell you? No. Did the terrorists tell you? Did the terrorists tell you we'll start at 3 o'clock, so you timed it to 2 o'clock? Did the terrorists tell you you'll start at 3 o'clock, so you said okay, हम 1 घंटे पहले पहुंच जाएंगे? No, please tell me, why did the NSG take so long? Why did the NSG take so long to reach? Please tell me.
As soon as the government got some concrete information, then the NSG was moved.
No, you had the information by 8 o'clock in the morning. No, you had the information.
These type of 6 terrorists have entered in Mumbai.
You had the information.
Somehow we managed to get...
No, you had the information at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Actually...
You had the information at 8 o'clock in the morning, sir. 1 minute.
There is not very specific information.
Mr. Trivedi, suniye. Roughly कहते हैं.
Because there may be attack on cantonment, on the defense army establishment,
wherever. No,
so
once,
the government
Mr. Trivedi
has to keep an eye on each and every aspect.
Okay, Mr. Trivedi, listen to me. Let me ask you a counter question on this. Let's get Atta Hasnain on this. Atta Hasnain on this.
After the Prime Minister's visit in Lahore, because whenever there is a breakthrough, there is a history of some retaliation from Pakistan.
Sir, this is not an ordinary intelligence alert. No. Sudhanshu ji, 1 minute. ये ordinary intelligence alert नहीं है. Sudhanshu Trivedi.
Please try to connect the Mazar-e-Sharif and Pathankot together.
No.
Because it is after the withdrawal of NATO forces.
No, I'll take on the Pakistanis for what they have done, but I need to ask.
The border has become much more sensitive and more complicated.
Mr. Trivedi, I will ask the Pakistanis.
So it is not to be discussed on just one minor.
No, Mr. Trivedi, my job is to ask the question.
Strategic and diplomatic aspect.
No, Mr. Trivedi, I need to get General Hasnain into the debate. Now hear me, Mr. Trivedi. I'll ask the Pakistanis what I have to ask the Pakistanis. But I need to ask the Indians. No, just closing this. Just two points. 2 points I'm handing over to you, General Hasnain. The only point I'm making is we have information that a spectacular attack will happen. Point number 1. 2, we have information that at least 6 terrorists in army fatigue are roaming around. 3, we have information that these terrorists are talking of carrying out an attack and they have mentioned the Air Force, which means their likely target is the Air Force base. Right? All this information is available between Delhi and Chandigarh or wherever it is, between 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock in the morning. Actually, it's available from 4 o'clock. Say Delhi is saying we got to know that morning. Friday morning, everybody knew. The NSG reaches early on Saturday morning. I mean, what is this? Friday morning, we know the NSG finally reaches by Saturday morning, just before the terrorists start the attack. What if the terrorists had started the attack 6 hours earlier? I mean, doesn't add up. General Hasnain, what's your take?
Arnab, first of all, my comments are not going to be at the tactical level. They are going to be primarily at the operational and the strategic level. And whatever RSN has said and all the questions that he has raised, I endorse them completely. Coming back to the intelligence part of it. Now you must remember that back in the 80s, Punjab had a very efficient intelligence system. They were in the throes of terrorism at that time, and all that experience came to great use. We used all that in Jammu and Kashmir in a great way. Let me tell you from my experience that about 7-8 years ago, maybe in Jammu and Kashmir also, we used to have a major problem of coordination of intelligence, where a piece of information gained by IB or RAW used to be passed down by mail and used to come down to us 4 or 5 days late many times. I recall that many times. Now that has been completely overcome. You've got a superb model functioning in Jammu and Kashmir where everyone knows within 2 hours of what has happened. What you're seeing is, in Punjab, a laxity primarily because the threat has just not been perceived here. And it's surprising because on the 26th of July, you had Gurdaspur incident. And all of us who were observing that or analyzing it or wrote on it and said that in the future you will find with the security grid very strong in Jammu and Kashmir, most of the actions are going to take place in North Punjab. North Punjab has also got, this area has got 4 major military garrisons, including the Pathankot Air Base. So it's the backdrop intelligence or the background intelligence is all there, the analysis is all there. The problem mostly which takes place, and I'm only guessing at this, but I'm guessing from my experience. Mostly what happens is that when you get an intelligence input like the one which you are flashing on the screen at the moment, no one understands the importance of it.
No, but how can they not understand the importance of it, General Hasnain? Why should we give... No, they are not. Are they not professionals? They don't understand the importance. Spectacular attack may be carried out. No, RSN, you buy that? No, RSN, you buy that? RSN, do you buy that logic that General Hasnain is putting tonight? Nobody understands the importance of the intelligence.
No one is justifying it.
No, I don't.
No, I know you're not justifying, but I don't buy it.
What I'm saying is that there is a laxity, there's system.
Sir,
there is a problem in the system there.
No, problem in system is what?
Kind of
no, let's be very direct. Is there a link between the drug cartel and the police in Punjab? Mr. Bains? Is there a link between the drug cartel and the police in Punjab?
Sir,
I'm asking you a question.
Arnab, that is my worst fear.
Is there a link between the drug cartel and the police in Punjab?
There seems, there seems to be a volatile mix of jihadi terrorism with narco-terrorism as on the Pakistan.
Mr. Bains, answer my question.
I'm sorry to say, Mr. Bains, it seems to have arrived on your Punjab border.
Yeah, now what's the question?
The question is there any link between the drug cartel and the police in Punjab at any level? See, all factors will have to be looked in while analyzing the problem.
We've been saying it for a long time.
What have you been saying?
That there is a narco-terror dimension to the problem.
With the police?
And we've been...
with the police? Can it happen without the knowledge of the police or with the knowledge of the police?
I see. If you're just going into rhetoric...
I'm not going into rhetoric. It's a reality. The narco problem in Punjab is existing despite the best efforts of the police.
Today, let's have a serious debate.
We are having a very serious debate. A police officer's vehicle has been used by terrorists to enter an airbase. A police officer's vehicle has been used by terrorists to enter an airbase, and the police officer seems to have been magically spared. I am asking you, is there any link at all at any level between the police and the drug trade in Punjab?
You are not asking me anything. I
am asking you questions. You are not being able to answer.
You are not asking me a question.
No, you answer the question.
You allow me to answer.
Say there is none.
I answered the question.
There's none, or there is?
There's none. I'm saying that no. I said the narco-terror dimension is one dimension.
That's not an answer. Is there a link between the police and narco? Is there a link between the police and the drugs trade?
There is none.
There is none. Absolutely sure.
There is none.
Absolutely sure.
Absolutely sure.
So the SP's vehicle. So the SP just. So 1 second. So the SP. 1 second, please, Mr. Ben. So the SP just magically, coincidentally landed up exactly where the terrorists wanted him. Happened to make the mistake of giving them a hitchhike, and then also got magically spared by them, and then magically turned up at the police headquarters and magically told them that the IAF could be attacked, and also magically the Punjab police for 4 hours did nothing after that. Maybe it was a New Year morning. Right, and also magically could not trace the police officer's car. You have to have a very incompetent police force you got there, I must say.
Like the French emperors, you neither hear anything nor learn.
No, you are not. I'm telling you something. Don't make personal remarks.
I told you. First of all, I told you that we acted on the SP's information.
How did you act?
Within half an hour, and you are telling the nation.
How did you act?
I'm telling you that 5:30 a.m. we had the DGP's meeting.
I'm sorry, but this is not a reaction. Now my question is, no, Maroof, my other question is, Maroof, 1 second. Maroof, my other question is, 1 second. Analyze all parts.
Whenever you find an answer, you run away.
No, please understand, please. You see, please understand. There are basic facts we have to deal with. Maroof, another question which strikes me is, you have an infantry division, you have an armored division, you have 4 divisions there in all between infantry and armored. Yeah. Which means you've got 500,000 troops or more in that area. I'm surprised, General Hussain and Maroof. You got 500,000 troops in the area, right? Many of these troops would be very, very useful in large forces going and eliminating these terrorists. You have the information with you, but you, for some reason, Maroof, you only trust the NSG. The troops are there with you. They can react in 5 minutes. But you do nothing after getting the information. You get the information in the morning. Sudhanshu Trivedi. No, you get the information in the morning and you sit down and do nothing and say, no, the NSG will come. Time say, apne time say.
Arnab.
No, what is this? Why didn't you use the army? You have the army, you have the commandos, you have everybody there. Why didn't you use them?
Maroof, let me come in on that.
Yeah, General Hasnain and Maroof, please. General Hasnain, then Maroof.
Let me first come in, Maroof.
Yeah.
Arnab.
Yes, Arnab, you're 100% right that there is a very large force sitting in Mamun.
Let me see, I've been quiet all through this debate. I just want to make 4 or 5 quick points.
No, why was the army not used?
Firstly, what Mr. Bains is saying, sir,
can I just finish?
Firstly, Arnab, I'll just tell you, I'll explain to you. Okay, go ahead.
State this much. I'm endorsing what Arnab has said. What I'm saying is that there are 4 garrisons there. There are enough infantry units there. The problem is that the coordination in Pathankot or in North Punjab has never probably been done. The fact that there are trained troops there who are readily available as
why were they not used?
Have not been brought in.
Why?
And there's no doubt that's a fault.
No, why were they not used? Maroof?
Arnab, let me now, if I'm allowed, I've kept quiet throughout this debate.
Go ahead.
Now you have to give me 2 or 3 minutes. The first thing is, there are several garrisons, but the garrisons can react only when they are informed.
Yeah.
The problem is that the police, particularly Punjab police, tends to operate in a vacuum. Now, I want to ask Mr. Bains a simple question. Sir, what happened to the GPS data that you had gathered from the 26th July attack in Gurdaspur? Has it reached anywhere? Has it been provided to the government to provide it to Pakistan? Or are you people still sitting on the GPS trying to decipher what the GPS looks like and how it works? And I tell you, I know the answer, so don't give it in public. But the fact of the matter is that, like all state police forces, you are parochially guarding your interests. Let me tell you another example of incompetence. Not only was the vehicle with the blue beacon allowed to go through every barrier, every naka, every checkpost, but can any logical policeman, if he can see a blue beacon on a white vehicle, can he also see that the SP's vehicle is carrying people in army combat fatigues, and his common sense would not tell him कि वो कहाँ जा रहे हैं, ये फौजी कहाँ से घुस गए आज पुलिस की गाड़ी में. Third thing, these people apparently came from the same crossing point that the guys came in Gurdaspur, and they followed the same route, and you people are still taking time to react. Fourth, Rajnath, the guy who was captured, the service person who was captured passing information to Pakistan, who was arrested, he indicated very clearly that Pathankot airbase would be attacked, and you are still taking 8 to 10 hours to decide whether it will be Pathankot airbase or the infantry division or the independent armored brigade in Pathankot. And Pathankot has a lot of troops, but the army can only react when the police ask them to get involved.
No, but why that is the question everybody is asking.
What can the army do?
No, that's Maroof, you are bang on.
Nobody, Arnab, there is a history. Arnab, let me remind this country, Arnab, that a good initiative like the NCTC died its own death because every police officer wanted to control his turf of interest, and every chief minister was prodded by police officers to say, don't let a centralized grid come into India, otherwise we will lose our Lal Batti and importance.
No, you see,
so the problem is that to collectively control their turfs of interest, they compromise national security. And national security has become a joke.
No, my question.
Because everyone is not thinking nationally.
Maroof.
They are thinking parochially.
Maroof, a very serious question comes here.
This operation, if anybody calls it a success, if the government calls it a success,
it's not a success.
Let me add another suffix to it. It is a successful failure.
Now my question is, Sudhanshu Trivedi, one question everybody is asking tonight. You have more than 50,000, 1 lakh troops out there. They are trained. You look at the people, you have the Defense Security Corps who is taking on these terrorists. The Defense Security Corps are, retired military veterans. They are taking them on, but you also have 50,000 lakh or more trained troops. You have 2 infantry divisions, you have 2 armored corps divisions. Go and finish off the terrorists in one go. I mean, what are these? You give the order to the troops, but you only want some NSG people to come in? Did you underestimate? आपने आर्मी यूज क्यों नहीं की? आर्मी को मौका क्यों नहीं दिया? आर्मी को क्यों नहीं बोला? आप वहां पे है, अपनी बंदूक लेके पठानकोट एयरबेस के अंदर जाइए, आपके बेस्ट लोगों को भेजिए और वहां पे डिप्लॉय कीजिए और खत्म कीजिए उन टेररिस्ट को. ऑन दी अदर हैंड, आप कोई ये क्या स्ट्रेटजी है कि हम आर्मी को यूज नहीं करेंगे, हम एनएसजी को बुलाएंगे, एक दिन बाद एनएसजी आएगी? ये क्या लॉजिक है? नो, यू आई वांट सुधांशु, आपने आर्मी यूज क्यों नहीं की? आप सुधांशु त्रिवेदी बताइए.
Add one point in Arnab. No, let me add one point in defense. Arnab, let me add one point in defense of the army man. He will kill and he'll get killed in the process. But somebody has to give him orders to do it. The orders are not being explicitly given. There are so many cooks who are spoiling the broth. Everybody is in charge. You look at the footage that came out of this whole operation. Every self-important official is going in and coming out, and nobody is in charge.
Maroof, I am saying here we need to consider the following facts. You have an intelligence warning. You have a 24 hours before the attack happens, you have a clear intelligence warning. You have 50,000 troops who are on location in that area, right? All they need to do is to be given the orders to act. They are also trained troops. Unko use kyun nahi kiya gaya? Why was the army not used in Pathankot, where there are 4 divisions? Sudanshu Trivedi explain. Sudanshu Trivedi बताइए हमें. Sudanshu Trivedi बताइए.
You got about 10
Sudanshu Trivedi, no, what's Sudanshu Trivedi?
If you've got 10 terrorists, whether the NSG was sent to the air base or to the army base or whatever it was, wherever it was to be sent, this is all the matter of proper investigation after this operation is complete and an inference is drawn. Neither I am entitled nor I am having proper information that at what stage, whether the army or NSG or whatever is to be used. And one more thing which Maroof
Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, Mr. Trivedi, 1 minute. Mr. Trivedi, 1 minute.
Mechanism of a proper coordination between the states and centre.
Sudhanshu Trivedi, I don't understand your logic. Sudhanshu Trivedi, I don't understand your logic at all today. I'll tell you very frankly, I don't understand the logic why till today you have not named Pakistan. Your government is not naming Pakistan. You are going and saying we are going to continue talks. You don't use the army. Why have you not named Pakistan? You say Pakistan is responsible for the attack.
It is very clear.
Clear तो बताइए ना, गवर्नमेंट स्टेटमेंट में बताइए. पाकिस्तान इसको टेक ऑन कीजिए. आप पाकिस्तान का नाम क्यों नहीं ले रहे? आप पाकिस्तान का नाम क्यों नहीं ले रहे सुधांशु त्रिवेदी जी? आप पाकिस्तान का नाम क्यों नहीं ले रहे आज? आपकी कॉन्सुलेट अटैक हो गई मज़ार-ए शरीफ में. हमारे 7 लोग शहीद हो गए. 3 दिन से ये अटैक चल रही है. आप पाकिस्तान का नाम क्यों नहीं ले रहे? आप पाकिस्तान का नाम क्यों नहीं ले रहे? आप पाकिस्तान का नाम क्यों नहीं ले रहे? आप मुझे बताइए आज सुधांशु त्रिवेदी जी, आप आज पाकिस्तान का नाम क्यों नहीं ले रहे? आप पाकिस्तान का नाम लीजिए. आपके कॉन्सुलेट जनरल, आपके कॉन्सुल को अटैक किया गया. आप पाकिस्तान का नाम क्यों नहीं ले रहे? आप why don't you name Pakistan? Why don't you name Pakistan? You tell me, no, Sudhanshu, why don't you name Pakistan?
Bhutan or Burma and
why don't you name Pakistan?
It is up to you to understand.
I am asking a question tonight. All the viewers are asking Sudhanshu Trivedi ji, आप बताइए मुझे, आप पाकिस्तान का नाम क्यों नहीं ले रहे? बताइए लोगों को.
अरे मैंने आपको बता दिया.
कहां नाम दिया?
मंत्री और राज्य मंत्री दोनों ने. पड़ोसी अक्रॉस द बॉर्डर.
पड़ोसी क्या? तो आप पाकिस्तान का नाम लीजिए.
कोई दूसरा राज्य नजर आ रहा हो तो
आप पाकिस्तान का नाम क्यों नहीं ले रहे?
बात है. और क्या बात है?
आप पाकिस्तान का नाम क्यों नहीं ले रहे? नाम लीजिए पाकिस्तान.
पड़ोस में तो आतंकवादी श्रीलंका में भी थे.
आप उनको
पड़ोस में तो आतंकवादी कुछ बांग्लादेश में भी शरण.
नाम लीजिए पाकिस्तान. आप नाम लीजिए. You name Pakistan. You name Pakistan. You name Pakistan, sir. People are watching you. You name Pakistan.
बैठे हुए हैं.
आप पाकिस्तान का नाम लीजिए. पाकिस्तान ने आपके कॉन्सुल जनरल के ऑफिस को अटैक किया मज़ार-ए शरीफ में. पाकिस्तान ने पठानकोट में 7 लोगों को शहीद किया है. पाकिस्तान ने भेजा उनके ऑफिस में. पाकिस्तान का नाम लीजिए.
क्लियर पाकिस्तान. It is somehow
क्लियर क्या होता है? क्लियर आप बात क्यों कर रहे हैं पाकिस्तान के साथ? आप आज तक आपने बताया नहीं टॉक्स चल रहे हैं कि नहीं चल रहे. आप आज कह रहे हैं सुधांशु त्रिवेदी जी. Sudhanshu Trivedi, you answer my question.
There should be a political pledge in the political parties and the political establishment of India that there should not be any sympathy towards those who are terror accused.
तो ये मनमोहन सिंह बात करते थे, आप कहते थे बिरयानी डिप्लोमेसी. अब आप टॉक्स करेंगे तो क्या डिप्लोमेसी होगी इसके बाद?
जी नहीं,
ये क्या डिप्लोमेसी है?
हमारे जमाने में हाफिज सईद हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर का क्रिटिसिज्म करता है. अर्नब, और यही जनवरी का महीना था.
आप पाकिस्तान का नाम क्यों नहीं ले रहे? एक ऑफिशियल स्टेटमेंट में पाकिस्तान का नाम लेके कह दीजिए पाकिस्तान ने किया है. पाकिस्तान एक ही लैंग्वेज समझती है, आप समझ जाइए. आप क्यों के बहकावे में आ गए हैं?
अरे नाम पाकिस्तान का ही नहीं, और पाकिस्तान का और स्पेसिफिक नाम भी आएगा.
कब आएगा?
कंक्लूजन भी
कब आएगा? टॉक्स कब कॉल ऑफ होंगे?
कंक्लूजन भी डॉन.
ये फॉरेन सेक्रेटरी टॉक्स बंद कीजिए.
पाकिस्तान इज कंसर्न, इट इज बीन गिवन.
अरे भाई, पाकिस्तान आपके डिप्लोमेट्स को अटैक कर रहा है मज़ार-ए शरीफ में. आप डिप्लोमेटिक टॉक्स कर रहे हैं उनके साथ.
As far as the talks are concerned, I want to say, after this operation is over, the conclusion is drawn, the concrete points have been finalized, then we will decide the further course of action.
I don't know what you're waiting for. Why didn't you use the army?
Whatever
आर्मी क्यों नहीं यूज
in any aspect.
आर्मी क्यों नहीं यूज हुई? आपने आर्मी को मौका क्यों नहीं दिया? आर्मी को यूज क्यों नहीं किया? 4 डिविजन्स है, 50,000 सैनिक है वहां पे बहादुर.
Arnab,
एक भी शहीद नहीं होते आप अगर उनको मौका देते.
Of the security establishment nor of the government of these type of pinpointed technical questions that whether the army was required or not, which type of input was there, it was towards the army base or towards the air base or towards the civilian base.
I don't understand.
It's not easy to discuss all those things on
I'm not sure. Vikram Singh? Vikram Singh, why was the army not used? You're a police officer. You tell me,
Indeed,
Vikram Singh.
in such situations when you feel that the army could be requisitioned, you did not have to approach the central government. The district magistrate was sufficient to requisition the services of the army.
Absolutely.
They should have done in the first go. The district magistrate, widely the powers conferred him on the CRPC, could have requisitioned
Good point. RSN.
No. Even in cases of emergency, even prior permission is not required as long as you can justify it later. Now let me tell you, after this phase of terrorism started in this country, every unit of the army has a quick reaction team. And my God, if you combine just the quick reaction teams that are available in Pathankot and the surrounding areas, that area would have been swamped just with the army. So I don't know.
Okay.
I salute the NSG for what they have done, but let's not make NSG a status symbol, some kind of a glamorous quotient, because after all, in a terrorist attack, whether it is the police, whether it is the military,
Maroof, quickly closing it.
Should respond.
I'm running over time. But I will tonight. Because I want an answer why Pakistan has not been named. Everyone is asking, name Pakistan. And Sudhanshu Trivedi, you got 288 seats. Ask the people who gave you 288 seats, ask them that did they expect that you would deal with Pakistan? You would deal with Pakistan. You don't engage Pakistan, you deal with them. They are a terrorist state. Rogue nation. नाम कीजिए ऑफिशियल प्रेस रिलीज में नाम दे दीजिए पाकिस्तान.
Is there any doubt about it?
नहीं, डाउट की बातें आप ऑफिशियली कह दीजिए पाकिस्तान. Take them on. Call off the talks. Call off the diplomatic talks. There will be no loss to the country. Maroof.
Arnab, just two quick points. One is that a point relevantly made by Colonel RSN, and that is that you did not need to create this hullabaloo about using the NSG. The NSG has a specific role, specific training. In this kind of an operation, the NSG needed to come in, if at all, at a much later stage. The army being out there with Ghatak platoons in every army unit, the QRTs in every army unit. Pathankot has a division plus. They could have very easily taken care of the situation if enough information. The problem is the military in counterinsurgency is always the last to be brought in and expected to solve the screw-ups made by the civil administration. This is the history of counterinsurgency in this country and all over the world. So unless we get that coordination right, we will continue to blunder along.
Well, I hope this operation ends soon. I hope Pakistan is named. I hope decisive actions happen. Sudhanshu Trivedi, I hope that you realize the sentiments of people in this country. For 3 days, one of our biggest air bases, military installations, is seeing an operation like this. And I hope sooner than later we speak a straight language. But for tonight, Mr. Bains, मेरे साथ argue मत कीजिए. Mr. Bains, don't argue with me. Don't argue with me. Mr. Bains, don't argue with me. Mr. Bains, why not? Mr. Bains, don't argue with me. I don't want to engage on that kind of argument. Because I can give you 5-10 minutes. I can give you 10 minutes. I can give you 10 minutes of facts to clear your mind on this. There are 50,000 troops. You don't use 100 troops. You don't 100 troops. You don't use. Mr. Bains, if you don't know security issues, don't talk. You don't use 100 army men 24 hours later. That's not called using the army. You can call up Maroof and he'll tell you what using the army is about. I thank you very much. You call Maroof, he will explain to you later what using the army is about. Thank you very much for joining me on debate number 2 on the Newshour.